Hey everybody, welcome back to Rex Nebular and the Cosmic Gender Bender. That is a long title, but I like saying the whole thing for some reason. So I did two things wrong last, or what? Not necessarily did something wrong, but I missed two things last time. And one of them is kind of something that I probably should have done a little bit differently. And one of them I don't feel too bad about missing because it's kind of well, let me just show you what I missed. I just realized this scanner kind of thing here. It's not something I can click on, but it looks kind of cool, that sort of color shading thing. I know it's just 1 pixel wide, but you can do a lot with one line of pixels. Okay, so let me show you first of all the thing that I probably should have known or probably should have been able to figure out. So it is about this audio tape. So there was this tape recorder here. It was right, not in this room, but I think in the next room, right? Or was it? Okay, no, not in the next room. In the next room after this one, I guess. Probably. Yeah, it looks like it. Yes, here we go. So, what I did last time was what seemed very logical to me. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. I tried to put the tape into the tape player. And the reason why I did not pursue this possibility further is because the game gives you this message. Picture yourself accomplishing something through this process. It phrases this in such a way as to imply that this is something totally ridiculous and you're doing something absolutely stupid. So I thought, okay, fine, I guess the game for some reason doesn't recognize that. And I didn't dwell on it too much. But what I probably should have tried to do, I mean, okay, what a reasonable thing to do would be to try taking the tape player. Now, yeah, you can pick it up. Good idea. You never know when you'll get the urge to crank up some tunes. And now that I have the tape player in my possession, let me actually see what happens if I try these different things. Activate, you press play but nothing happens, apparently there's no tape inside. If you press eject, then yeah, apparently there is no tape inside. And if you try to disassemble it, it has no obvious screws or other latching devices. You can't even find a battery slot, so it must have some permanent internal power source because that is a real thing. Well, who knows, maybe in this science fiction feature it is a real thing. So now that I have the tape player, yeah, you can put the tape in the tape player now and it will play. So I probably should have tried picking it up. Well, I was going to say I don't know why I didn't, but actually I do know why, because the game gives you a message. When you try to put the tape in the player, it gives you a message that implies that that's such a stupid thing to do, such a pointless thing to do, that I thought, okay, the game's not programmed to recognize that. I mean, this is not the only time in an adventure game where I've seen the game require you to pick up something before you can use it. It's a little bit unreasonable in a way because you can certainly use the tape player without picking it up, obviously. But okay, sometimes people just want to make the game so that you have to pick up an item and then you can use it when it's in your inventory. Okay, that in itself is not so bad. But then it should give you at least a message saying, try picking up the tape player first. It's not necessary. I mean, in real life, you don't have to pick up something to use it, but at least, give the player a message saying, pick up the tape player first. But it gives you such a stupid message, or a message implying that you're stupid for trying that. And I thought, okay, well, obviously the game doesn't let you do that for some reason, and that's why. So I think this is it's partly on me. I mean, I should have tried picking up the tape player, so it's partly on me, but it's also on the game because of how it worded its response to me trying to put the tape in. Okay, let's go ahead and put the tape in the tape player and see what happens now that we have the tape player in our inventory. Oh, I guess, okay. It doesn't say anything, but the tape is gone. Well, it's not in our inventory, which means it's in the tape player, I guess. So now can we say activate? Okay, here we go. So you hear a feminine voice dictating, entry 21, 28 bicuspidor 90919, Project Kablooey, Professor I'm a Pyro reporting. This batch will be called Lot 7. Ooh, the crying of Lot 7. It is essentially, yeah, I know it wasn't Lot 7, it was some other number. It is essentially Lot 6 with a higher Petrox concentration. I'll start by adding a drop of Petrox. Okay. It has a higher Petrox concentration, but you put in only one drop. Really? That's what did the previous one have if that's a higher concentration? Okay. I'll start by adding a drop of Petrox. Okay, then a dollop of alcohol and a gentle stir. That looks pretty good. Now the formaldehyde, just a splash. Another gentle stir. All right, finally, a dash of less thin. Okay, this batch looks good. I'm transporting the mixture to the processing bench where I will, oops, blam. The rest of the tape is silent. Okay, I guess this is that woman whom we saw burned to a crisp in the doctor's kind of torture room where we were before. So, okay, so as I said, obviously there's got to be somewhere where you find out how you mix those things. So the Petrox, the formaldehyde, and the lecithin, those three things were the things that we got in those little bottles in the laboratory. And then, of course, the alcohol is obviously the alcohol that we got from the bar. So that's fine. So we'll go ahead and mix these up in the lab, and probably we'll get something explosive out of it, which will be useful for something later. So that's the first thing I did wrong. That's, like I said, kind of on me, kind of on the game. The other thing, though, I don't feel bad about missing, because as far as I know, there's no indication that you're supposed to do it or can do it. And it's something in the bar. So let me go back to the bar. And it has to do with, well, let's get into the bar quickly after this scanner scans us again. Let's go to the bar. And the game has generally been not too bad about signposting when there's something that you can pick up. For example, this access card that I have. This security card that I have. Remember this? So the way that I realized that you're supposed to get this, and the way that the game kind of signposts that, is remember when you're in the security room, on the monitor, on that one monitor, it says, warning, security card detected in that cell. And I'm trying to think, was there anything else like that where it kind of indicated to you? Oh yeah, the credit chip. Because that one guard was holding a credit chip in her hand, or that dead guard had a credit chip in her hand, and the game indicated to you the credit chip in her hand is probably an indication that she was trying to buy her life from the sauropod guy. So that's a clear indication that you're supposed to, look in those locations for the mentioned item. But this woman sitting here at the bar, this repair woman, has, hanging from her back pocket, a repair list. Now, this repair list is exactly 4 pixels on the screen. Wait, it might be 5. Arguably 5, because there's kind of a pixel there that might be part of it. So it's 4 or 5 pixels. Now, it does kind of stand out. The color does contrast a bit, but I don't feel too bad about missing this, because I don't think there's any indication that you can do this. So let's go ahead and take the repair list. And there we go, we got the repair list. You carefully extract the list from the woman's pocket. Fortunately, she is well anesthetized and doesn't notice your thievery. This is kind of like in Innocent Until Caught. This is exactly what happens in Innocent Until Caught, actually. Remember, there's that guy sitting at the bar, and you have to pull something out of his back pants pocket as well? Exact same idea. I wonder if one of the games stole it from the other. I wonder if one of the games stole that idea from the other. So let's go ahead and read the repair list, and you'll probably notice something. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It has numbers on it. So this computer printout appears to be a list of teleporters and their maintenance status. Reading the list, you learn that teleporters that, and that have been taken offline pending repairs. Units that and that have been recently tuned. Units that and that are in need of minor adjustments, and that the gender security module in unit that is due for scheduled maintenance. So what I'm going to do is just obviously try all of these and see where they take us. So I don't know if this is all the teleporters in the game, but I'm going to guess it's probably a pretty decent list of most of the ones that matter, at least at this stage of the game. So I did go ahead and make a list of the teleporters that we've seen so far, and as far as I know, I think we've only seen 3. So the first one that we saw is this one, 3457. That's the one outside at the weather station. Remember when we kind of peeked over that woman's shoulder to see what code she typed in? So the one there at that weather station, that's 3457. That's the first teleporter we saw. The second teleporter we saw is 3599, which is the one that we teleported to after reading the code off through the woman's or over the woman's shoulder. So it just so happens that the two units which have been recently tuned are the two units that that we saw. Then 0693 is that unit in that one room. I don't know how to describe it. That room with like a little conveyor belt in it and a symbol over it that I said could be either, was it this room or is it in the next screen? Let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. This one right here. So this one here is 0693. There we go. And I think that's all the teleporters that we've seen, actually. Well, the other one is the one in the bar, but I don't know the number of that one. The game doesn't let you read the number of it because, you know, people who teleport into that teleporter end up getting, you know, they die instantly from getting mangled horribly through the teleportation process. So the game doesn't let you step inside that one or read the number of it. So presumably that one has a number, but I don't know what the number is. It could be that it's one of these four. Or maybe, yeah, it's probably, well, these four have been taken offline, so it's probably one of these two. And actually, I'm guessing if these four have been taken offline, they probably won't work. So, okay, hold on, let's do this. Let me go ahead and save the game. And that does mean saving over this game with the number of that one teleporter, but that's okay because we have more numbers now on the repair list. So I'll say got repair list, save. Okay. All right, let's go with experimenting. So, like I said, I'm going to guess that these first four don't work, but let's try them and see what happens. So 1746. 1, 7, 4, 6. Smiley face. It just doesn't do anything. Okay. I'm going to guess that that's the same for all of these first four that are offline pending repairs, but just to be thorough, just in case there's some difference, it doesn't take that long. 4, 7, 9, 9. I know this is probably boring, but I just want to make sure that I don't miss something stupid by not trying. I mean, there are only four numbers. So, okay, 1866. That was a good year. Actually, I don't know if it was a good year. I was not alive then, so I don't really know if 1866 was a good year. Could not tell you. I mean, what happened in 1866? I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything specifically that happened in that year. Okay. Doesn't do anything, and 9578. Gonna guess that this doesn't do anything either, but let's go ahead and wrap things up just so that it doesn't happen that somehow something, yeah, okay. All right, fine. Okay, well, those didn't do anything. So, these two we've seen. Like I said, that's the weather station, and that's the second teleporter that we saw when we teleported into this underground facility. So now we get to ones that we haven't tried. Units 8369. Let's go ahead and try 8369. I'm going to guess this kills us. I'm going to guess this is one of the two that that kill you if you try to teleport into them. Yeah, that worked. Yep. And we turn into a bunch of bloody chunks. I just chuckled because that chart on the wall said, "You stupid." I'm not going to go back and do it again, but pause the video and just back up for 5 or 10 seconds if you didn't see it. That was kind of funny. It was like an eye chart, like, you know, one of those letter charts that eye doctors use to test your vision, but it said, "You stupid." Okay, well, we haven't seen that room before, but maybe we will later. But okay, that's fine. So that was that. I'm going to guess then that 1917, yeah, in need of minor adjustments, meaning they kill you. I'm going to guess then that 1917 is the bar, since that's the other one which kills you who try to use it. So 19... 1, 7. Gonna guess that this takes us to the bar. Oh? Okay, well... No, it doesn't. We've not seen this room before. What? Why is there a skeleton here? You're less disturbed by the skeleton itself than by the fact that no one has removed it. I was gonna say, I don't think this is somebody who died in the chaos of the prison break because they would be bloodied up. But this, you know, this corpse has had time to become a skeleton. So this is a place where probably no one has been for a long time. Okay, well, let's see. So, I guess we've tried all the numbers now. All right. Equipment overhead. You're getting used to seeing equipment you can't make heads or tails of. Oh, wait. Heads nor tails of. Is it? Which one is correct? You can't make heads or tails of, or you can't make heads nor tails of. Are both correct? Grammar Nazis, please tell us. Are both or nor correct in this situation, or is one right and the other wrong? All right, let's see. I guess I can't talk to the skeleton. Greetings. Okay, it's nice of you to try at least. Can we take the skeleton? Nope. Okay, what exits do we have? So we can go down the sidewalk to the west. Oh, this is an elevator shaft, but it doesn't. The shaft doesn't go too far down, but extends up beyond the limits of your eyesight. You experience a brief flash of acrophobia and decide not to try climbing up the shaft. Okay, fair enough. From where you're now standing, the building appears to be sound. Of course, you can only tell so much by looking at one exterior wall. That is true. Oh, wait, is this outside? It's an exterior wall. Okay, is this... Okay, this is then, apparently outside the railing surrounds what might once have been some kind of observation post. Apparently its sole remaining purpose involves holding a skeleton off the ground. Oh, and this is a sidewalk. Continues westward the center of the city. Okay, that's interesting. So this is actually... Yeah, this is actually outside. I didn't realize that. Okay. This is a sidewalk. It doesn't really look like a sidewalk. There's a support there that I didn't look at. Wow. You pause for a moment as you get your first look at this enormous city, The entire city seems to be built inside a gigantic metal cylinder. You're obviously on the lower of 2 levels and can see that the upper level takes the shape of a gigantic 4-blade fan. You spend a minute admiring the architecture. Let's see. I'm super curious about this place, but before we do too much... Let's check the support here. Okay, it doesn't say anything. You know what? I feel like it might be worthwhile to make that explosive first, because we have the means and the knowledge now to make the explosive. So let me just quickly write down what... Oh, actually, it's written right here. This is 1917. Let me go ahead and write down in my list. So this is the outside sidewalk teleporter. Sidewalk teleporter with skeleton is 1917. Just putting that into my notes. I put it in my noteses. But let's go ahead and before we start exploring this new area, I don't know how big this area is, but it looks like, I mean, it says it's a huge city. Obviously, you can't explore every part of the city in this game. It's not an open world game. It's not Grand Theft Auto. But there might be more to explore here. I feel like there's more than just a couple of screens. So let's go ahead and finish making that explosive so that we don't find ourselves later in a situation where we say, ah, darn it, we need the explosive here, and we neglected to make it. So that was in here, if I do not err. Now, how did we make it? Did we stick it in this kettle? Let's see. Let's activate this again. So we started off, or she started off, with a drop of Petrox. So do I take the Petrox, put the Petrox in the kettle? Yes, we do. Okay. Put in a drop of Petrox. And a drop of, what do you say? And a drop of Petrox. That's the first thing you put in. Okay. So far, so good. Activate. Then a dollop of alcohol. So where's the alcohol? Here we go. The alien liquor. So put the alien liquor in the kettle, and that was a dollop, wasn't it? Yes, and a dollop of alien liquor. Okay, no explosions yet. So far so good. So, and a gentle stir. The stirring happened automatically. That looks pretty good. Now the formaldehyde, just a splash. So, formaldehyde in kettle, just a splash. Okay, wow, that thing is percolating and bubbling over, and droplets are... Okay, what was the last one? Finally, a dash of lecithin, or lectin, or whatever. Wait, how much? A dash. A dash of lecithin. Put in a dash. All right. Eureka! You've managed to reproduce the professor's explosive formula. Now what? Well, I guess, do we... You gingerly pour the... I was wondering if we needed to use the charge cases. But interestingly enough, you don't have to say, put the charge cases in the kettle. It automatically uses them. So you gingerly pour the contents of the kettle into the two charge cases. You made just enough explosives to fill them both. Video game logic. Okay, so this is now just an... Now it's empty again. Okay, fine. So, so the charge cases are now... They are currently full of Pyro's special. Remember what happened to her when she dropped some of this stuff. Okay, so we have something very explosive now. That's useful. Can we put the target module in the charge cases? No? Okay. Or the timer module. Can we put the timer module in the charge cases? No. Okay. Now we need to make a bomb somehow. Okay. Or I guess we could just, I mean, really, we could just probably throw these at something. I wonder if you, are they contact explosives? Like, could you just throw these at something and create a huge explosion? Let's see. Try throw charge cases at the trash. Okay, doesn't do anything. All right, that's fine. I guess that's all we can do with that then. So we have the explosive mixture. That's nice. Let's go ahead and I guess there's not much to do now except go back to exploring that that area outside. So let's go ahead and do that. And the outside teleporter was 1, 9. I'm looking at my list. It was 1917. Smiley. Okay, something that worked. I thought, like I said, that conveyor belt thing reminded me of the kind of conveyor belts you see in airport security. So I thought what might happen was that the security system would detect that we have something explosive and sound an alarm and not let us go through the teleporter, like what happens at airports. And I thought maybe we'd have to put these charge cases on that conveyor belt or something to somehow get them through the security system, but that did not happen. It lets us teleport with the explosives in our inventory, so that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and check out this area. So this always uses post no bills. The building is in reasonably good shape. Apparently no one paid attention to the post no bills request. Do they ever? Right, so some pipes. What is this fascination with pipes? There is nothing, repeat, nothing interesting about the pipes. Come on, man, it's an adventure game. You're supposed to look at stuff. Sidewalk doesn't do... Oh, there's a door here. Door is obviously made of a thick metal and seems impenetrable. In other words, a good swift kick won't get you anywhere except maybe traction. There's a card slot next to the door, leading you to wonder what's behind it. That's worth securing. Have you gone mad? What kind of person would try to walk through a door? All right. Scrape some brain tissue into a cup and think of something else. All right. Barricade. More pipes. Okay, everything here is completely completely uninteresting. Looks like a standard fire hydrant. Okay, we have a car here that we could get into. Ooh, it looks like plumbing. You aren't interested in random pipes. The sign reads, don't even think of parking here, in huge letters, and Falmouth Department of Public Works in small letters. Okay, Falmouth is apparently where we are. Can we keep going this way? Do we need to go into the car, or... Come on. Can we... The sidewalk and street continue into a large metropolis. The size of the city worries you a bit. It would be easy to get lost here. You decide to use the car and not to stray too far from it. Okay, it looks like we're getting into the car, but let's go ahead and... I'm already at a little over 25 minutes on this video, so let's go ahead and leave that for next time. I will go ahead and save the game one more time. It is time to car. Or in the next video, it will be time to car. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye for now.